looked like DJane Carrington just got booted from the Dallas Wings.
DJane, your game was stinking in the mud, and the Dallas Wings wanted nothing to do with you going forward.
It finally happened. The Dallas Wings just slammed the door on DJane Carrington. And trust me, this wasn't some quiet mutual parting. This was a full-on get out and don't come back moment. The kind of move you only make when a player's name has become toxic to even say out loud. And if you're wondering why, let's be real, DJ's highlight reel looks more like a crime scene than a basketball career. We're talking about the infamous Caitlin Clark eye poke that had the entire WNBA questioning if she was even playing the same sport. The reckless hit that left Skylar Diggins shaken, the dangerous foul that injured her own teammate Paige Bueckers while she was trying to take out Jessica Shepard. And the Chicago Sky game, where things got so wild a referee actually called for security in the middle of a professional game for flagrant fouls in a single season. A growing rap sheet of chaos and the kind of dirty play that has every opponent bracing for impact the second she checks in. And now, after months of drama, Dallas has finally done what fans have been screaming for. They've shipped her out of town, and if you think that's where the story ends, you're dead wrong. Because this trade just sent shockwaves through the entire league.
Now, DJane Carrington couldn't keep her hands clean either. With staying out of headlines on the internet. She was always in headlines, punching players in the eye. And then we have to remember, she nearly injured Paige. Like, everybody forgot about that. Y'all remember when she nearly injured Paige, nearly took her whole knee out? Like, we got to remember all of those things transpired during this basketball season, man. I'm here to tell you, they made it their business to get rid of her.
DJane, you're always in a dirty play. DJane, once again, here we are today. Oh, DJane.
So why did Dallas finally cut ties with DJane Carrington? Well, the answer is simple. They were done protecting a player whose game was buried under controversy after controversy. This isn't about one bad night or a single questionable foul. This is about a player whose entire brand became reckless chaos and calculated cheap shots. You know, the difference between a tough defender and a dangerous player, it's intent. And Carrington's intent was written all over her game. Her so-called defense was a blueprint for injuries, starting with the hit that put her on everyone's radar, that playoff showdown against Caitlin Clark, when instead of a clean contest, she delivered a direct shot to Clark's face, targeting in the eye with the precision of someone who's done it before. The impact snapped Clark's head back. The rookie star immediately grabbed her face in pain, and the world watched in disbelief as the replay confirmed what we all saw, a deliberate dirty play, no apology, no concern, no sportsmanship, just the same cold stare and business as usual attitude. Carrington didn't even pretend to be sorry. She doubled down on her rough style as if she was proud of it, and that was the first clear sign Dallas had a real problem brewing, because the more the spotlight hit her, the more she leaned into being the villain.
Went and kind of swatted at Caitlin. Did you intend to hit her in the eye? And if so, could you just, or if not, either way, could you talk about what happened on that play?
I don't even know why I would intend to hit anybody in the eye. That doesn't even make sense to me. But no, I didn't. I didn't know I hit her, actually. I was trying to make a play on the ball, and I guess I followed through and I hit her. So obviously it's never intentional. That's not even like the type of player that I am.
As everyone else has seen this angle, I'm calling her in and I'm saying to her, I need answers.
Fast forward to the very next big moment, and the pattern was impossible to ignore. The 4th of June against the Seattle Storm, Skylar Diggins is on a fast break, full speed, looking for an easy bucket, and here comes Carrington closing in. Now, this is the moment where any normal defender makes a clean play on the ball, but not DJ. Instead, she goes high and catches Diggins right in the head. Not even subtle about it, the whistle blows instantly, and the refs hit her with a flagrant one. Because, let's be honest, this wasn't basketball. This was targeting another star player in the danger zone. And it wasn't just a one-time thing. The same reckless headhunting, the same disregard for safety we saw with Caitlin Clark was now on full display. Again, fans saw it, commentators saw it, even former players were calling it what it was. Dirty Play One fan nailed it, saying, "That's not physicality. That's trash from a dirty player who doesn't belong on the court." The outrage. only grew louder every time she stepped on the floor, because it was becoming a highlight reel of headshots, eye pokes, and reckless fouls. And at that point, it was crystal clear. This wasn't just about bad luck or misjudgment. This was who DJane Carrington was as a player.
Let's watch it, and this will give us a couple of different angles.
Directions of games. There's your tip. Diggins, who's still fast, gets down the floor, buries it, draws the foul, but is shaken up.
Oh, and there's Skylar on the floor. At first glance, this might not look too bad, but when we get some different angles of it, you just see how this is clearly, definitely, 100% not a basketball play. Let's take a look. We got DJane.
Signals for the officials that this will likely get upgraded.
DJane, did you forget what sport you're playing? You know this is basketball, right?
And just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, Carrington proved she could take her recklessness to a whole new level. May 21st against the Minnesota Lynx, and this time, she didn't just put opponents in danger, she managed to injure her own teammate. The play starts with Jessica Shepard going up for a shot and Carrington flying in like a wrecking ball. Instead of going for a clean block, she swipes high straight at Shepard's face, and the refs don't even hesitate. Flagrant. 2 foul. But here's the insane part in the chaos of that wild swing. Paige Bueckers, her own teammate, gets caught in the crossfire and nearly has her knee taken out. Think about that. You're supposed to be protecting your teammates and you're the one putting them on the injury list. It's the kind of thing that makes players start looking over their shoulder in practice, wondering if the biggest threat on the floor is wearing the same jersey. The frustration on the Wings bench was impossible to miss. Paige's reaction told the whole story. This wasn't bad luck. This was a teammate who had become a liability every time she touched the court. And when you're taking out your own roster while trying to hurt the other team, you're not a tough player. You're a walking disaster.
She basically reached around Shepard's body, but the fact that she went for the basketball and for the block really
The basketball play.
Yeah, it is. And she ends up getting Shepard in the face, the nose. I don't know which takes precedent. Oh, see, it's the hit the ball and then it's the pull back. They're showing it on the Jumbotron at a different angle that sort of looked like, watch after Carrington goes for the block, watch her pull back right here. And that's the part that I don't know if you separate that.
But the moment that cemented Carrington's reputation as the league's ultimate loose cannon came on, May 30th against the Chicago Sky. Dallas had just lost 97-92. Emotions were running hot, and instead of walking off like a professional, Carrington decided to confront referee Roy Golbian. Now heated exchanges between players and refs happen all the time. But what happened next was something no one had ever seen in WNBA history. Golbian actually called for security in the middle of a live post-game interaction. That's right. A trained official felt so uncomfortable, so threatened, by the way, Carrington was coming at him that he summoned backup on the spot. And this wasn't about one bad call. This was about the entire atmosphere. Carrington created an atmosphere so hostile that even referees who deal with high-pressure situations every night decided they didn't feel safe. And the look on the faces of the players, coaches, and fans said it all pure disbelief. Nobody could remember a moment like it in the league's history, and instead of using it as a wake-up call, Carrington jumped on social media to mock the situation, acting like the ref overreacted, which only proved she had zero self-awareness about how far over the line she had gone.
Like, I'm sorry, you don't get to plow through somebody's back, almost injure a teammate, and then say, yeah, and then like claim that you've done nothing. You've done nothing, like. And people are like, stand on business. She's like trying to laugh at him. I'm like, no, you're just Pat Bev. You're not Draymond. You're Pat Bev. Like, realistically, you're Pat Bev. That's it. And like, look, I mean this when I say this. It was a dangerous play only for Paige.
By this point, the league had a full-blown DJane Carrington problem. 4 flagrant fouls before the season even hit its stride. A highlight reel of dangerous plays that read more like a rap sheet, and now the unheard of moment where a referee needed security just to finish a conversation. It was the breaking point for Dallas. They'd been defending the indefensible for months, but every game brought new drama, new embarrassment, and new evidence that Carrington wasn't just a tough competitor. She was a walking PR nightmare. You could feel the fan base turning hard against her with every replay of the Caitlin Clark eye poke, every slow wummo of the Diggins headshot, every clip of Paige Bueckers limping after getting caught in one of her reckless collisions. The message from the stands was deafening. Get her out of Dallas, and management knew it. This wasn't about basketball anymore. It was about protecting the team's reputation and the safety of everyone on the floor. Keeping her would have meant endorsing everything she'd done. And Dallas finally decided they weren't going to carry that weight any longer.
WNBA player who tried to rip Caitlin Clark's eye out. Zach Dean over at Outkick, hilarious. They tried to rip Caitlin Clark's eye out, has security called on her by ref. That's right. The referee had to call security on DJane Carrington. I can't say I'm surprised. I mean, hell, who wants to catch a stray eye gouge, a scoopage of the eyeball out, watching your eyeball roll across the floor because somebody's mad at one of your calls?
Was it a flagrant 1? Yes. Could it have been called a flagrant 2? Yes. Was it more dangerous to Paige Bueckers than anyone else? Because Paige Bueckers was the one who was the person who had to break Jessica Shepard's fall. Could she have blown out her teammate's knee? Yeah. Yeah. Like, that is what, like, realistically, that is what the conversation should be about. Because she wanted the Kiki Iriafen viral meme. Because as soon as she did it, look at what she does as soon as she did it. As soon as she did, she walks towards Jessica Shepard and just tries to do the Kiki Iriafen face.
And then came the move everyone saw coming. Dallas finally pulled the trigger and shipped DJane Carrington out of town. The breaking news hit like a shockwave across the WNBA. Carrington headed to the Minnesota Lynx in exchange for Diamond, Miller Carly Samuelson, and a 2027 second-round pick. And make no mistake, this wasn't some strategic chess move. This was Dallas cutting loose, a player they saw as a ticking time bomb. They traded chaos for talent and stability. Miller is a former number 2 overall pick, already proven as a scorer and sharpshooter. Samuelson, a steady veteran presence with a high basketball IQ, and neither of them comes with a track record of injuring teammates or needing security escorts. Meanwhile, Minnesota willingly imported the league's biggest troublemaker into a championship contending locker room. The same Lynx sitting with one of the best records in the league, now betting they can control a player no one else has been able to handle. It's a gamble that could either give them a defensive edge or blow up their title run before it even starts. Because, as every team in the league knows, when Carrington's in the building, you're playing with fire.
DJane Carrington, we are not even 10 games into the season. There are more times than not of DJane playing dirty, get a flagrant foul. Oh my goodness, DJane, what's wrong with you, man? Is this what your coaches condone? Is this what your coaches, like, Christy 2.0, whatever we want to call this coach? I mean, are we condoning this?
For Minnesota, this move is as risky as it gets because while Carrington brings athleticism and a fearless defensive presence, she also brings the exact same baggage that just sank her in Dallas. And the timing couldn't be more questionable. The Lynx are already dealing with key injuries, including star forward Napheesa Collier tweaking her ankle, and the last thing a championship-caliber roster needs is a distraction that can't stay out of headlines. But make no mistake, this wasn't a case of Dallas losing a key piece reluctantly. This was a relief trade. Dallas fans celebrated like they just won a playoff series. Social media exploded, with posts cheering the end of the Carrington era, and you could feel the collective exhale from the Wings locker room. No more explaining away dangerous plays, no more being dragged into controversies that have nothing to do with basketball, just a clean break and a fresh start for a team that's been trying to rebuild its culture. While Minnesota now faces the challenge of figuring out if they can get her to bring her game without all the chaos. Because if history tells us anything, she's not the kind of player who changes overnight. And that's the real question. Can Cheryl Reeve and the Minnesota Lynx actually tame DJane Carrington? Because Reeve has built a reputation as one of the toughest, no-nonsense coaches in the WNBA. She's managed egos, she's managed stars, she's built championship culture. But even she has never dealt with a player whose controversies spill this far off the court. The Caitlin Clark black eye, the Skylar Diggins headshot, the Paige Bueckers injury, the referee security incident. These aren't isolated moments. They're a pattern, and patterns rarely disappear. Just because a jersey changes, if Carrington brings that same recklessness to Minnesota, she could derail their championship push faster than an injury to their best player. But if by some miracle she buys and plays clean and lets her skill do the talking, she could be the defensive spark that helps them dethrone the New York Liberty. It's a gamble with everything on the line, and right now the entire league is watching to see if this is the start of a redemption arc or just the next chapter in the WNBA's wildest cautionary tale. So here we are, DJane Carrington, no longer the Dallas Wings problem. Now Minnesota's high-risk, high-reward experiment. Dallas walked away with talent they can trust, and a locker room that can finally breathe, while the Lynx are betting they can turn the league's most notorious player into a weapon instead of a liability. But the truth is, Carrington's legacy won't be defined by this trade. It'll be defined by what happens next. Will she prove everyone wrong, lock in, and show that her game can speak louder than her fouls? Or will she keep adding to the highlight reel of chaos that got her shipped out of Dallas in the first place? Because one more dirty play, one more injury, one more moment that forces security to step in could slam the door on her career for good. Fans know it, players know it, coaches know it, and now the clock is ticking. If you think the WNBA's had enough of DJane Carrington, drop Fire Carrington in the comments right now and buckle up, because this story is far from over.